looks like he's going to break history very shortly here. And you know what? We've got a little bit of history going on right now. We've got Nicole Smith from University of Arkansas, Monticello, head volleyball coach. How you doing, Miss Coach?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good. Listen, I want to say thank you for being on the show. You've got a nice, heavy background as volleyball. You've got quite a good reputation all over the internet.
Well, thank you very much. I hope so. After 10 years, put in some good times as a coach and as a player. Hopefully, what I learned as a player carried over into my coaching style.
Now, a little bit about volleyball is that I've watched volleyball, participated, and watched my sisters play, and I've watched friends play at the college level. Volleyball is a very intense sport, a lot more intense than a lot of people think of.
Yes, it's definitely more intense. A lot of people think they can pick up a ball and go out there and play, and once they actually do and actually play against people that have played either at the high school or collegiate level, they realize it's a lot more difficult than what they expected.
Yeah, because I remember when I first started trying out, I said, I'm going to try out for a volleyball team when I was in high school. And the first time I went up to smack the ball, I really thought I was going to break my hand. I mean, that ball is not easy to hit.
It's not. It's harder it's harder than, like you said, it's harder than what people think. And, at different levels, the guys at the Olympic level, the speed that they can actually hit the balls, and even your national team girls and collegiate girls, they can put some speed, definitely put some pace and speed on the ball.
What I think is most impressive is that women's volleyball has always been a bigger than basketball at times. In your background, talk a little bit about your background, how you got involved, and how did you get this position in volleyball?
I played at the high school level and then continued I went to a junior college and then finished up on the East Coast at a Division II school. I'm from the Houston area. I went out to the East Coast and played at Francis Marion University. And when I graduated from college, I'm only 5'5", so obviously my professional playing days were not in front of me, so I wasn't ready for volleyball to end. So I continued over on the coaching side, and having coaching in my background with my father having been an athletic director and coach as well, and my grandfather, it's kind of like in my blood, so just kind of followed in my dad's footsteps.
Now, the one thing about basketball that really drew my attention to it, you all train significantly on jumping. Some of the exercises you all use for jumping, basketball teams are just now starting to utilize. What do you all do to help increase your verticals?
We will do a lot of agilities and plyos. You do a lot of jump training, such as like tuck jumps, Russian jumps, broad jumps, stuff like that. You can do box jumps, jump cones. Just a lot of jumping and explosive things. Or even sometimes if you're in the weight room, after you're doing a set of hang cleans or something, you can go jump ropes and stuff like that. Just so that you're constantly working on explosiveness. Volleyball definitely, we need endurance, but we definitely need to be explosive. The average play in volleyball is typically about 16 seconds. So, and you've got to be able to exert short bursts of speed and explosiveness.
And I'm trying to remember I'm not sure if it's a negative, I forget the term, but I remember watching them do on the Olympics. We were showing some of the negative jumping where they jump from a very high altitude to work on a particular muscle that actually increases your vertical. What is that exactly called? I'm trying to figure it out right now.
I'm not sure.
It was called something special, but it was like a negative jump where if you jump from a high source down to a platform area, like there's like a 3 to 5 foot jump, it actually works on a particular muscle to help increase your vertical jump. We saw that in the Olympics a few years back, and it was just very impressive to see how much training, because God knows when I was coaching basketball, we didn't work a whole lot of jumping, and we should, because volleyball players have the highest vertical, I think, out of any sport.
Yes. Another thing people forget about is they want to make sure that you have the core, your abs. The abs are used a lot in volleyball, and you want to make sure that you focus a lot on your core, lower back strength, and your abdomen. You want to make sure that you're strong, and you do a lot of abdominal workout, and you'll do a lot of lower back activities as well.
So I'm assuming this is sort of like a wrestling drill but you throw in jumping, because those guys have the best abs. Football players are definitely out, and basketball players don't really do a lot of ab work, even though they're thin. So this is very significant. Now, as far as head volleyball coach in your position right now, what are kind of some of the things you see freshmen coming in that you sometimes chuckle privately because you realize they haven't been taught the right way, your way?
A lot of club is real big right now. Not only the high school program, but a lot of the kids are playing club, and some of the clubs, it's great because they're getting year-round competition. But in some situations, you could run into a kid who has been, I guess, kind of brainwashed that way is the only way, and you have to break them of that habit. And sometimes that can be a bit of a challenge.
For example,
just maybe so and so from a club might say this is the way this university does it, like they trained in that system, and that they think that is the only way that this particular skill could be performed. And so, they've been told over and over, okay, that's the so-and-so way, that's the so-and-so way, and then they'll come in and it's just like, I've never been taught that. And you're like, just, and it's interesting just to see the different levels are taught different. The skills could be taught different ways.
And I think that's what we all see is when it comes to different sports is how things change when they finally get to college. What is the biggest growth area that freshmen have when they start volleyball in college?
The biggest growth area will be just the speed of the game from high school, even club level, to the collegiate game. And the collegiate game is it's so much faster. It's definitely, they have to step up. They'll have their eyes open, the first tournament, and they'll really see, or if you do an inter squad or something, or do like an alumni scrimmage, you'll see the real speed of a game. They're well prepared normally if you're playing club, because you're playing year round. But once you hit the collegiate level, at the college level, we can recruit, and we're all trying to bring in the best of the best. And each coach has their opinion of what they think is the best, and we all have, there's different levels, caliber of players, and each coach will recruit, to their personnel.
Yeah, Randy Ori was talking to me. He's the head coach of Saginaw Valley football team, and Grand Valley does the same thing. They recruit players first that are talented, but not. It's actually second. First is they have the characteristics of being a leader first, and dedication to academics, then sports. And how does that roll over with you all?
I would honestly say I totally agree with what they say. That philosophy. Out of my incoming players this year, I have 2 junior college transfers, and I don't think either one has below a 3.8 GPA, and my high school kids are all getting some sort of, at the Division II level, we are not fully funded. Our fully funded is a maximum of 8 scholarships, where Division I has 12. Well, you're trying, you need 12 to play. So anyway, anytime that you can get kids on some sort of academic money, that's a